This is the Blue Water Outlook weekly weather briefing for July 18th, the midpoint of July. And we're going to have sort of a dividing line with the west under high pressure. That's going to mean unusually warm conditions. The east is going to get a break in summer heat. It's going to be pretty nice. Let's get started in today's briefing. Well, first off, this is the midpoint of summer temperature departure. And you can see the most significant above normal area was in the southwest and along the Canadian border, and some cooler temperatures here. So that was the midpoint of July. Now, weather risks this week: if you're in the northeast U.S., severe storms, mainly damaging winds. We're going to have building heat in the middle part of the nation. We're going to have degraded air quality in parts of the east as well. Now, this is where we have the degraded air quality. You can see here Canadian wildfires are transporting the trajectory of the jet streams, bringing it in across. It was the upper Midwest. Minneapolis got hit pretty bad with bad air quality, and it's still degraded. But right now, it's mainly the Great Lakes into the mid-Atlantic region, some highly populated areas, Detroit, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. Purple being very unhealthy and even some hazardous areas. So it's very dense and uncomfortable smoke. Now, last week, the rain was pretty scattered over the southeast, the daily scattered showers and storms. But as far as the rain goes, the most extreme rain, you might have heard about the flash flooding in Texas, a number of counties over 10 inches of rain and a core of 20 to 30 inches of rain that produced very severe flash flooding, 1 in a 1,000-year rainfall interval. Now, temperatures last week were a little bit below normal in green, and we had some really warm weather, very hot weather for this time of year in the upper Midwest, northern Rockies regions. When you look at the hottest temperatures of the week, anything in red, look at that up here, parts of Montana. That made it above 110 in spots. That's hard to believe. And above 100. So this area right in here, really some extreme heat last week. Desert Southwest, which does usually get the hot weather, made it above 110 as well. So the river situation is pretty quiet across the nation. A couple spots in the northeast running high, but really the South Texas is the area where the flows are the highest. And many of the main stem rivers are moving much lower now. And that's what I would expect as we get into August, low summer flows. Okay, so the jet stream this week is going to be dominated by a ridge of high pressure in the west, and that means above normal temperatures. And in the northeast, a dip in the jet stream, and that's going to mean cooler than normal temperatures. And you can see that right here. There's our cooler than normal weather. Here's our warmer weather. So in the western U.S. under the high pressure, warmer than normal. And this is going to be some just gorgeous weather in this area here. And that's going to linger through the rest of the month into early August. And I think once we change this weather regime, that's probably going to help with the smoke trajectories as well. So take a look at Detroit, for example, Ann Arbor. Near 90 today, but by the second half of the week, we're looking at highs only in the 70s and lows, boy, think of that, 50s in the morning. Phoenix, though, it's going to be getting back up above 100 degrees, and it might stay that way for a while. Now, in case you're interested in the tropics, I'm still watching that pretty much every day, making sure nothing develops that's you need to know about. In the eastern Gulf, northeast Gulf, there is an area of unsettled weather, low probability of development, but it's going to produce, if you've got some boating in that area, some really heavy rain in the northeast corner of the Gulf of Mexico. And also some really heavy rain this week, perhaps some flash flooding, New York, Washington, D.C., and that's going to be that system that sort of flushes out some of that air quality, lower air quality. Okay, so let's take a look at week 2 right here, and what we have is not much change. We still have the western part of the U.S. under the high pressure here, and the east still under some cooler low pressure right here. And this is weeks 3 and 4. And so anyway, like I said, that's the big story. If you're in the western U.S., expect building heat. If you're in the Northeast, the Great Lakes, the Northeast, expect a summertime reprieve. That's your briefing. Y'all have a great week. Take care.